Hey everyone, hope you're all okay. Welcome back to our YouTube channel and our New Zealand series. For today's episode, we're going to be giving you the ultimate Christchurch travel guide, how to spend 7 days travelling Christchurch, New Zealand. We spent 3 months in Christchurch and the wider area exploring everything possible so that we could give you Christchurch's must-do experiences. We've put this together as a 7-day road trip. We hope you all enjoy and make sure you tell us which were your favourites in the comments.
For a brief intro, we are a couple from the UK and we came over to New Zealand on a working holiday visa starting in Christchurch. We've loved exploring this new place and are excited to show you what we found. Day 1 starts in Christchurch city centre. When arriving here, the first thing we wanted to do was head into the city. You don't need to do a lot of research of things to do here. We recommend the best way to experience it is to wander around at your own pace and find what you enjoy. There are lots of cute and quirky places to eat, shop and walk. Whether you're looking for tourist gift shops or high-end fashion, you'll find it all here. As far as food goes, there is a lot of variety in the city. If you want a quieter atmosphere, then 5 Lanes has lots of different options but isn't overcrowded. If you don't mind the crowds, then head down the road to the Riverside Market. Here you'll find lots of various cuisines, stores and bars to try. We each went to different places for food and sat up on the veranda. After that, head on over through the iconic War Memorial Archway towards the Botanic Gardens. This is a bit more of solitude away from the hustle and bustle of the city. You can get a riverboat tour here in which the guide will give you the history and show you the gardens from a new angle. There is another cafe here where you can grab a bite. It's called the Ilix Cafe and you get to enjoy the full view of the gardens. From here there are a few different houses to wander through where you can enjoy the plants and nature to the fullest. Something that we didn't do ourselves but I've heard good things about is the combined riverboat, gondola and tram tour ticket.
Day 2 is a road trip of Christchurch's northern beaches. We did this as a very spontaneous day out without knowing what to expect. We were not disappointed. We started off with the Pines Beach and Waimakariri River. The river itself was absolutely beautiful. A lot of people drive onto the beach here to come and set up the perfect fishing spot for the day and also for sailing. It's a lovely area for a community feeling. If you wander further then you'll find the beach. It's the perfect spot for a walk up the coast and to take in the views and switch off. After that we headed on to our second beach of the day, which was Waikuku Beach. We headed further north up the coast from the first beach to find this one. This was our favourite of the day, mainly because it was super peaceful and had stunning views. You can also walk a long way up the coast here to make the most of your day and really enjoy the environment. After that, head on to the final beach of the day, which is Leithfield Beach. The views of the mountains here are amazing. We were lucky enough to see the moon rising, which was completely red. The videos don't do the colour any justice, but it was a beautiful place nonetheless. We ended up staying until it was nearly dark, as exploring these stunning beaches left us feeling completely relaxed when time did get away from us.
Day 3 explores the small town of New Brighton. For full disclosure, we did do this in the winter and so it was a very cold day. We have been told that this area is more lively in the summer, but we still found a few amazing things to do. Firstly, the main points of interest here is the New Brighton Pier and beach. You can walk out onto the pier for an amazing view of the ocean. After that you can walk up the coast and enjoy the beach. Maybe pick a slight warmer day for this for full enjoyment. If you don't, one way to warm up is the hot pools. This is like a mini spa but without the treatments. You can book onto a 2-hour session here to enjoy the different pools, steam room, sauna and cold plunge pool. The gem is the top pool, which has a view of the beach, pier and ocean. Depending on the time of year you visit, you may be able to witness the Maori New Year winter fireworks celebrations. There are rides, food stalls and of course the huge firework display from the pier. This was timed to music, had a great atmosphere and the fireworks were amazing. The fireworks show is free and it is in July, so if you're around the area definitely check this event out. It can get busy, so be prepared to queue for the stalls and rides, but also when leaving, it will take some time. There are lots of buses, which is what we used, however it is definitely worth it and so much effort is put into the event.
Day 4 is Sumner Beach. This is an area that we both absolutely love. The area of Sumner is full of unique boutiques, restaurants and lots more. On a sunny bright day it's stunning and full of character. The promenade alongside the beach is 1.25 kilometres long with constant views of the ocean. One local restaurant that we love is Sumner Social. It's friendly and a great spot close to the beach and has really good food. You may however be joined by some hungry friends.
For day 5 we are heading to Lyttelton Harbour. We did stop off on the way to Lyttelton to visit Victoria Park, which is a resting spot in the mountains. It has stunning views of Christchurch and the surrounding areas. There are different trails and also bike paths to explore here, as well as enjoying the beautiful nature around this area. If you're an active person, then you will love this place. It's definitely worth stopping off here, and on a clear day you can see the mountains in the distance as well. After that, head down to Lyttelton town. We visited on a Saturday and so got to see the local markets, which definitely added to the day. Locals come to set up stalls of food, flowers, coffee and lots of other goodies. Once you've seen the town, it's worth taking the T Anna Marina path along the harbour front. Lyttelton doesn't actually have a great view of the harbour because the port is directly in front of it, so walking along to Naval Point gives you the chance to see the marina and also stunning mountain views. If you want to explore the rest of the harbour, then you can drive around to Governor's Bay, which has its own pier to walk out from, and also drive around to Diamond Harbour. We went down to the Mount Herbert Walkway, which is next to the ferry port. There are more walking trails here to try, otherwise you can continue to drive around the harbour towards the ocean, but this does turn into a gravel track and is not for everyone.
Day 6 is exploring Banks Peninsula. This area is very unique as it has volcanic origins with endless bays and mountains. Our first stop here was Little River. This is a quaint town between Christchurch City and Akaroa. There are galleries, cafes and unique silo stays here. After that, head on to Cairns Bay. This sandy beach can be popular with tourists, but in the winter it's very quiet. There's a small cave at one end and a river estuary at the other. There's also a campsite here that travellers can wake up to the ocean right on their doorstep. Your final stop of the day is Akaroa. This is the most beautiful town in Christchurch. You can start exploring this area by taking a boat tour of the harbour. You get to see stunning views of the ocean, mountains and also wildlife. Whilst this isn't guaranteed, it's very common to see a variety of different sea life, including seals, penguins, whales, orcas and the very rare Hector's dolphins. These dolphins are native to the area and are regularly seen from the boat tours despite being very small in size. Once back on dry land, if you want to grab a bite to eat, we recommend Air Restaurant. It's very close to the pier and waterfront with great views, amazing food and very friendly staff. Then for a little after dinner walk, head to the Garden of Tame. This is a small walking path around the gardens and through the trees, but there are 2 lookout points here which have the most incredible views of the town, harbour and mountains. If you can time it in with the sunset, you'll not be disappointed.
For the final day, head into Christchurch Mountains. This is a jam-packed day full of activities, so it's definitely best to get an early start. Stop 1 of the road trip is Sheffield, for the world's famous Sheffield pies. This was recommended to us by a local and it was worth stopping off for. Pies are very popular here and there are lots of flavours to pick from. We opted for the chicken and also the beef. There are lots more adventurous options to try as well. After that, head back out onto the road towards Lake Coleridge. This can be tricky to find a lake access point for, so we will include that in the description. It is worth the effort though, as this is the quietest and most tranquil area we've ever experienced. It's also a bit of a sun trap as you are completely surrounded by the mountains. Then move on to Castle Hill. This majestic landscape is one of the best boulders locations in the world. It was also used as a backdrop in the Chronicles of Narnia. It's a great area to have a climb and a bit of fun. After that we head on to Arthur's Pass. The cafe here is a great spot to reset and hopefully spot some birds. If you don't get to see them, you can always go down the road to the travel kiosk in hopes to catch them there. Our final stop of the day and also of the ultimate Christchurch travel guide is Lake Pearson. This absolutely stunning lake speaks for itself. It is nestled in, surrounded by mountains, and during the sunset it reflects the glowing peaks. There is also a campsite here, and what better place to end your travels. Heading back after this day, you'll get to see the sunset over the mountains as you drive by. This is an experience in itself. Thank you guys for watching and we'll see you very soon for the next one.